As pictures emerge of her drinking with husband Richard Madeley, friends tell KATIE Hind the real reason she's disappeared from TV and why she's now keeping the man 8 years her junior on a very tight leash. Tanned, beaming with happiness and toasting each other with a glass of white wine, Richard Madeley and his wife Judy Finnigan pose for a photo in a Mediterranean restaurant. And for the couple's fans, it was a rare public sighting of the double act who became national treasures in the 1990s after millions tuned in to watch them host ITV's This Morning. Despite Richard, who is, at 70, 8 years younger than his wife, still being very much in demand by television bosses. He hosts ITV's Good Morning Britain and recently fronted Inside the World's Mega Prison on Channel 5. Judy has almost completely retreated from public life. Those commenting on the photograph were delighted to see her looking so well.
Still spending forever chopping vegetables? The Full-Star Pro vegetable chopper dices onions, potatoes, and more into its container in seconds, helping make meal prep faster and tidier. Want to check today's Amazon deal? Scan the QR code now or visit grabdeal.us/2 before it's gone.
But it was the couple's 4 decades of marriage that prompted the most debate. As one long-standing friend of Richard's put it, he's quite handsome, and he is also a famous celebrity still in his prime. A lot of men would have left and shacked up with a much younger woman by now, but the thought has never crossed his mind. There has never been any whiff of him doing anything bad when it comes to Judy. He's completely and utterly in love with her, as much today as he was when he first met her. When he talks about it, his face glows. It was a life-changing moment, and it's one that has made him so happy. That day was 44 years ago when Richard walked into the Granada television newsroom in Manchester as a cub reporter dressed in what Judy later described as a ridiculous sky blue suit. Both married to other people, Judy already had 2 children they clicked and started a romance after divorcing their partners. They married in 1986, and later that year, Jack was born, followed by Chloe a year later. Richard and Judy celebrated Judy's 78th birthday and the couple's 40th wedding anniversary with a meal at a Mediterranean restaurant. And their relationship helped their careers. 2 years on, they were plucked from regional news to front a new show, This Morning, after ITV bosses decided they wanted its hosts to be a married couple. They were an overnight success, hosting the show for 13 years. Viewers loved their genuine rapport and the fact they overshared the more intimate details of their marriage, including Richard's vasectomy. They stepped down in 2001 when Channel 4 offered them their own show, Richard and Judy, which ran for 7 years. But since then, Judy has barely been seen on screen apart from the odd appearance on Loose Women. Some have unkindly speculated that ageism has played a role, and that Judy resents the fact that her husband is still working. But others insist she is perfectly happy and proud to see Richard's TV career continuing, and add that it was her choice to take a back seat. She has battled health issues, suffering a near-fatal ruptured stomach ulcer in 2018, which required 2 life-saving blood transfusions. But even before that, she told this newspaper in 2013 that she had accepted Richard was more gregarious and admitted she had never felt secure on television. "I didn't like being in the limelight, and at times it felt as if I was on a treadmill. TV sucked the life out of me." Both married to other people, Judy already had 2 children they clicked and started a romance after divorcing their partners. They hosted This Morning from 1988 to 2001 and were a huge success. The pair stepped down from This Morning in 2001 when Channel 4 offered them their own show, Richard and Judy, pictured at the British Soap Awards 2001. Last week, a close friend told me, they have an agreement that as long as Richard is wanted on television, he will do it. He loves it, and Judy has always been very supportive of his career. She's proud of him, and she still likes to help him prepare and gives him feedback. And as with many retired women, they like it that their men are out of the house and not under their feet. Crucially, I'm told, she also has Richard on a very tight leash, so he has never been able to go gallivanting like some of his television comrades. Judy replaced TV with books, penning several novels, including some set in Cornwall, where the pair have a holiday home. And the couple still run their hugely popular book club, albeit now online. Away from work, Judy is a doting grandmother to 5 grandchildren, including Chloe's 3-year-old daughter Bodhi from her relationship with former England rugby player James Haskell. She regularly helps with childcare, and a source says it's a role she takes very seriously. Judy loves it. She absolutely dotes on her grandchildren, says the friend. She sees it as her vocation now, and the kids adore her. Richard is the more silly granddad. She also supported Chloe, 39, when she split from Haskell 3 years ago. Judy knew what it is like to be in the public eye, says the friend. So when Chloe had her awful split, it was Judy whom she turned to. She's a wise lady. Richard and Judy started their very popular book club in 2004, which featured a wide variety of books such as Feel, Robbie Williams by Chris Heath and Cloud Atlas by David Mitchell, pictured in 2005. Judy has battled health issues, suffering a near-fatal ruptured stomach ulcer in 2018, which required 2 life-saving blood transfusions, pictured in 2020. Those who know her say that Judy also has a great sense of humor, which comes in handy when dealing with Richard. Today, as one of Susanna Reid's co-hosts on Good Morning Britain, his regular cringeworthy comments have seen him compared to Alan Partridge on social media. Richard is just Richard, says one. He'll always say and do things that leave Judy rolling her eyes or pulling a face, but it's just who he is, and she can't help but love him for it. Richard is a prat at times, but he's Judy's prat. He's always happy to be reined in by her because he absolutely adores her. It's just the way they are when they're together. They still have that chemistry that kept viewers entertained for decades. Sources who know them say they like to keep their romance alive by having regular date nights at their favorite local restaurants in Hampstead, North London. They love having a giggle and a glass of wine, says one source. Their relationship has been based on laughing. It's lovely. And the secret to their long marriage? Richard would do anything for Judy. Her happiness has always been his top priority, says the friend. Judy has slowed down a lot in recent years, but he's happy taking care of her, and he still has enough energy for the both of them. They have had some wonderful years, and they hope there are many, many more yet to come.